Coach, no opening thoughts on the game.
It was a weird game. A lot of runs scored. A lot of guys had good at bats on both teams, and just seemed like for a while nobody could shut anybody down. And that's what happens in games like this. And when you give up a run in every inning but one, it's usually not going to end well for you.
I'm curious, obviously, not the results you want, but what are you proud of?
People don't understand how hard it is to get here. And yeah, obviously our pitching wasn't as good as it was during the regular season, but it's hard to get here. And I'm proud of them. Some of these guys have been here 2 years, and it's all. I tell guys this: it doesn't matter whether it ends in Grand Junction or you don't make the playoffs. The last day is always the toughest day, because you've been around kids for 2 years. You don't know if you'll ever when you'll see them again.
Coach, you mentioned kind of your time in Grand Junction. Obviously, a couple trips out here for your guys. What has this experience been like outside of baseball? Some team bonding, things like that. What have you taken away from this trip?
Yeah, I mean, it's a great experience for kids. It gives them a chance. Like, we gave them all day off yesterday, let them go with their family somewhere, and it's something they'll never forget. Never forget.
Kind of building on that, Coach. You've had a lot of experience out here. For some of your newer guys, once you guys are going through the regionals, you're like, we have a shot to get back to Grand Junction. What do you tell them about the experience to kind of prepare them?
You just tell them, hey, there's nothing like playing out here. I've been involved in major league playoff games, and it's not like being out here because the whole town is involved in it. And, when major leagues, it's baseball fans, but here everybody knows who you are, and it's a great place.
Anybody else? All right, thanks, Coach.
All right, thank you, guys.
Hot seats.
All right, fellas, make sure you hold the mic, speaking to them. Let's start with introductions, starting from my left to right.
I'm Jalen Seward, play first base.
Jason Crawford, assistant coach.
John the Rebber, I play left field.
Coach, no opening thoughts on the game.
A lot of excitement, a lot of toughness. What an unbelievably good game. Both teams fought. It was very emotional, and we came out on the good side of it. So we're fortunate for that.
You had that tough loss yesterday, and then your guys come out, they perform like this. What does that say about your team?
Shows what we've been the whole season. Our guys are very tough. I challenged them this morning, look each other in the eyes and be wholesome with each other and play with a full heart and conviction and be tough for each other. And they answered the bell 100% today. I'm proud of them.
And similar to yesterday, you guys put up runs consistently every inning, maybe besides just one or two, versus your opponent having a couple big innings of keeping them in the game. What is it about your offense that is so consistent throughout the whole game?
We talk a ton about having foot traffic because it'll lead to big innings. Yesterday, we unfortunately didn't have the big inning. For us, that's a 3 spot. But today we did, and I think that was the big difference. We left a lot of runners on yesterday. We left a lot on today. We got to do a better job of situational hitting, but we did good enough today.
And how can you work to not give up those big innings?
Man, this place is kind of a launching pad, and there's a lot of offensive innings here, so that's a hard answer. Especially today, the wind's blowing out a little bit, but that's a hard one to answer. But the more we can put pressure on them, the make them be on the field longer, it makes it easier for us.
For the players, kind of like you mentioned yesterday's game, we got outside of a couple big innings. You guys come out today, Shelton banked it 4 right off the top. Just what's going through your guys' minds? Is it kind of like, oh, here we go again, we're in for another shootout, or is it?
Yeah, collectively as a team, we had to keep our chins up and our hearts big and strive to do what we had to do and just get the job done.
Yeah, I think going through my head is just a lot of excitement. You know, we've been in those situations before, and I think we're well trained to respond positively. And you know, with everyone on our team, you know, line up 1 through 9, all the arms in the pen, everybody, you know, we're family, and everybody comes out and they trust one another, and so we were just excited for a fun long game.
And then, Coach, I'm curious. You've now had 2 different situations this tournament. You've had to, come back from a win, and everyone's feeling good, and you've kind of had to rally the troops after a tough loss. You have to turn around in not that long of time and get back out here and try to be successful on the field. What's kind of the difference in messaging there, or is it consistent?
We try and be as consistent as possible. Keep our routines. Routines are extremely important. We talk about it a ton. Sports psychology of it, we've been addressing quite a bit, and I think that plays a big part in it. Our guys believe in each other. We've been in a lot of close games this year, and they're battle tested. Wood Bat League, you play a lot of close games. We're not used to this type of baseball, so we're tested in the regard of being tough and having to rely on guys stepping up. And so I think these kind of games shape out for us, but we just got to keep grinding, stay together.
For all you guys, I think in this sort of tournament for any sport, players and coaches could just live in the nerves of it, live in the anxiety of it. What are you guys doing outside of baseball to keep your guys composed and have fun and just live in the moment, I guess?
Collectively, as a group, we've had a saying where we want to stay in the green, which is the positive, and we want to just live there and be there as long as we can, even if we do something wrong. But the next thing, we're trying to get back to that green.
Yeah, I think we expect everyone here to be a great team, and so I think a lot of that just comes with the preparation, the way the coaches go about preparing us, and everybody on the team, they're all studs, and so if one guy's down, we got the whole rest of the team to pick him up, and so I think that gives a lot of assurance to be able to just kind of stay within your approach and ball out when it's time.
Anyone else? All right, guys, great job. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.